think especially, so, again, I am very pro-black. It does not mean that I am anti-white. The way that I've heard the story told is I'm at a basketball game, two teams are playing each other, my team is down -50 at the start of the game. Doesn't mean I'm not, I wish ill will on your team, but I gotta fight real hard to get my team to even get to 0. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm very, so I think, that is a very good conversation, especially for when Black children are adopted. I remember sitting in nursing classes and learning, because I'm Black, I'm at risk for. And I literally remember pathophysiology when osteoporosis came up and they were like, white. I was like, God, dog, it's about time. Literally, I remember. And there was like a little group of us like, yes, we clear on this. But, what wasn't happening was the conversation that it had nothing to do with my race, but racism. And so that's what should have been being taught. And so when I'm hearing you talk about, having another race as your child and learning about that, I think number one, educating yourself before you get into that situation or before you make that decision, because it's not a situation, before you make that decision is very imperative. Because there are going to be conversations that you now have to have with your child that no one else in your neighborhood is having with theirs. And I think it's exactly this. It is the same for a Black child. The conversations that I've had to have with my mom as a child, even going to predominantly white schools, my colleagues never had, right? And that's how we even got the term weathering, was because Arlon Geronimus was in a neighborhood with Black children that were getting chronic illnesses that people at Yale and Stanford and Harvard that she was around weren't getting. And so she learned that it was the stress of those neighborhoods and the stress of life that was making their body systems age and premature early. And so definitely I think that that's something that we should be considering and having a conversation about, but making sure, I think, that you're educated walking into that and that you're having the appropriate and correct conversations in that, and not that because you're Native American, you're at risk for this, but what's really behind that. So not because you're Black are you at risk for this heart disease that you are going to be at risk.
Environmental conditions in which you live.
For me, it's a big challenge of having the right professionals